Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Sorry, all of you. Just I went outside to the temple. It was a little bit rushed there, so I could not able to join in time. Okay, so I hope you will just regret. I'll regret that. Okay, so shall we start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Once again, I'll regret. Just went to the temple. It was a little bit late there. Rush was there, so I just informed them. Okay, so shall I start the session? My voice is getting... Okay. So before let me start the session, let me just revise what we have discussed yesterday. So yesterday we discussed the structure of the Linux OS. So I hope all of you are clear with that, where exactly what data will be stored. So I don't think there is a need to repeat, or shall I just overview it? What are the things we discussed? Is it clear, the structure, where exactly what data will be stored? So if you are clear with that, we will start today's session with installation. Okay, fine. So let me start now with the installation. So our first practical will be, just you want me to quick repeat? So yesterday we discussed that when we install the Linux OS, it will get installed on /. There is no drive letter here, on /, which is called root directory. You have to remember this. And who is the root? Yes, root is a administrator. So root data will be stored where? In /root, and the rest of the user's data will be stored in /home. And administrator data will be in /root. Rest of the user data in /home. Yes. Install application will be there in /usr. Yes. So these are the main things. /boot contain bootable file, bootloader, and Linux kernel through which we will do the booting process. Yes. So these are the main directives. Now let us come to the today's session. So one of the important advantage of the companies prefer to use their machines or their servers on Linux. Why? Because Linux OS can be installed on multiple partitions, which we cannot do in Windows. So today we will see how to install the Linux operating system. Okay, so I'll be sharing with you this practical step file. I hope Supraja, you might have got this yesterday. I have sent you all the 3 files. In one
Yes,
file,
sir.
the practical step is there. So, and one more friend, our Ishwar, is also made the payment. To him also I sent. So if any update, you have made the payment, Prakash. Okay. So instead of you, me remembering I'll request you, if you can just ping to my mail ID, I'll send you after the class. Apart from Prakash, if anybody else also made the payment, please ping to this mail ID. This is my another mail ID. So I'm just writing it so that I can share you the required document like practical step file, in that all the links of operating system, VMware, everything is there, and also the theory part, one standalone theory part, one network admin theory part. So these are there. So please, who makes the payment, please just ping to my mail ID. This is my mail ID. So Prakash, you can just after the session or during the session, you just ping to this. I'll send you the required document. And anybody else also has made the payment, please do it. This is my mail ID. Can you see? Acha, I think I have just put it on the issue. I'll just putting it on the everybody's. 1 second. This is my mail ID. Can you see, Prakash?
Yes.
Okay. So if anybody else also have made the payment or you are making to make today, please ping to my mail ID. I'll be sending it. Now let's come to that link. Let's come to the link. So all of you, those who are not made the payment also, please You just copy the link from the chat box. I'm sharing you. First thing what you have to do, don't install the Linux OS on your physical machine. So our most of the physical machine will be on Windows. Yes. So on the Windows machine, what you have to do, I'm giving you one a link. I'm giving you one link here. So all of you please copy that, especially those who have not received the document for them, please see this link. So what you have to copy, these blue ones only, HTTPS, this link, and it will ask the key. That key also have given you from here to here. Don't manually write it, copy and paste the key. Okay. So those who have not received the document, please copy this VMware link and paste it in some notepad or WordPad for the time being. So as soon as you make a payment, I'll be sharing you this. So now I'm just showing you this link is working or not. You see here. So just you copy this, HTTPS onwards, the link, complete link of VMware. Don't copy the heading. Some people, not all, some people what they are doing, they is copying this heading and saying, sir, the link is not working. So to avoid that, I'm showing you before you only see here. So this is I copied the link. Now I open my browser. So this is my browser. Just I paste the link, enter. Now, can you see here? This VMware 17 Pro. So you just click here, download. So we are installing this on our Windows OS, no? So if your physical machine is Linux, this one. So our maximum people physical machine will be Windows. So what you can do, you just download this. You go to this, it will not ask anything. Just click here, it will download. So this is how you have to download the VMware. So once you download this VMware, where it will go? Where it will go? Where it will download? In download folder. So you go to your physical machine, downloads, you will find that VMware. Just double click it. I already done. Just double click, next, next, next. It will ask the install it. Then it will ask the key. So the key which I have provided, you give and restart the machine. So once you are done, what happens now? Once you are done with this, what happens? One icon will appear on your desktop. So one icon will appear on your desktop. Okay. So once it is appearing, now what you have to do? Once the icon will appear to you, it means that your VMware is got installed. Your VMware is got installed. Yes, you have to download that Ishwarji. You have to download. After downloading, double click it. Double click and install it. So once it is installed, it will ask the key. You give the key, then restart the machine. So here, what happens? You will get the icon on your desktop. So this is how you have to. This is how you have to install what? VMware on your physical machine. Like here, you can see my physical machine is, yes. Okay. Yes, if you have done already, Ishwarji, just wait for a minute. Then we will go with the installation. Yes, you are there in the last week. Yes. So once you are done with this, now second thing what you have to do. So please cooperate, because for the benefit of the people who have joined after you, I have to repeat. Okay. Now after that, you have to go to this link, the operating system link. So can you see here the operating system? So this is the best link you have. So go to this link. Now, for the benefit of the people who have not received the document, I'm copying and pasting it in the in the chat box. So from there you can copy. So this is the link for the operating system. So when you want to install the Linux OS, you should have the operating system ISO image. Yes. So now don't copy the heading. You copy just the head, the link, and I have written in the bracket 4.4 GB. So that is the size of the OS. So don't copy that. Just copy the link. Now I'm showing you before you. Now just I'm pasting that link here. Now you can see here, there are so many OS. So I'm going with which one? The second one. So you have to download this. Just click on this. It will not ask anything. It will start downloading. So these are the two things you have to do. First, download the VMware and install it. After that, you download the operating system. After downloading the operating system, don't extract or don't compress it. Keep as it is. So it will get download on where? It will get download on the download folder. So you can keep there, or if you want to copy and keep it in some other drive for safety, you will be there. So just give me a second. I'm getting a call. Just please 1 minute.
अरे ला रहे थी भाई कपड़े तो पहनने दो एक बार बोलते हैं कपड़े कहाँ जाना है?
Okay, so up to this, everybody is clear? Up to this, everybody is clear? Please tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, everyone up to this, it is clear? Okay, fine. Ishwarji, thank you for your reply. What about others? Because he has already attended that session. Okay, others also following means now I'm showing you the installation. Now I'm showing you the installation. So once your machine, your VMware is ready and you have downloaded the ISO image of the operating system which you want to install, that is Linux. Once these two things are ready, then what you have to do? Create first one virtual machine using the VMware. Please concentrate, all of you. So double click on the VMware workstation. Double click on the VMware workstation. Now, can you find the option? Can you find the option that create a new virtual machine? Okay, so now I'm creating a new virtual machine here. So to create the new virtual machine, see here, the other machines I have. So let me just delete them. This was for the batch which I have completed. Just a moment. So this is how you have to delete. If you don't need the machine and you have practiced everything, again you want to practice. So select that machine, don't power on, right click, manage, delete from disk. So I have deleted everything now. So here, see here, I have the enough space. So I created multiple partition for safety and security. Okay, so you also can have more than one partition. Now let us create the virtual machine. So after installing the VMware, double click on your VMware. So this window will come. So to create a virtual machine, click on first option, create a new virtual machine. So by default, it will take the typical. So click on next. Now by default, here this option will be there, but better you select the third option so that we can install the OS as per our requirement. So select the third option. I will install the operating system later. Then click on next. Now here, by default here, Windows will be selected. So which OS we want to install? Linux. So you select what? Linux. Select the Linux. In Linux, as we have discussed, there are so many flavors. Why? Because Linux is an open source operating system. So the best one is Red Hat. So that's why most of the companies servers are working on Red Hat. So we are discussing the Red Hat RHL 7 through CentOS 7. I told you they are exactly same from installation to command. Only difference is for RHL they are charging to provide the support, and CentOS is exactly free. Same thing, but everything is free, but no support. Okay, so we are going to use for practical purpose, for practice purpose, CentOS 7, which is exactly same as RHL 7. Then say after selecting here, after selecting the Linux, under the version you drag down and select which ISO image you have downloaded, CentOS 7, 64-bit. And if you work on 7, exactly same thing on 8 also, 9 also. I have seen that. So most of the servers are on 7. So that's why I'm taking you through the 7. Now next. Now here you can give any name to your machine, or later also you can change it. So default this machine is creating where? In C drive. So if you want to create in C drive, you can go with the C drive. Or if you want to go to other location, like I want to create in E drive because I have kept the space in E drive. So I'll go to the browse. Now I'm going to my E drive. So for my own understanding purpose, what I'm doing, I'm just creating one folder like here, Linux. My batch is this 10 a.m. So like this, I have kept one folder. So inside this folder in E drive, this Linux OS will be installed. So default it takes 20 GB. So since I'm taking multiple batches, so the different courses, like so I'm keeping just my hard disk size is less. So I'm keeping what 10 GB. That is enough. If you give 20 GB also, no problem. But less than 10 GB, don't take. Minimum 10 GB. Then select here, store the virtual disk as a single file. Then click on next. And then after that, before finish, you have to click on customize hardware. So up to this, it is clear. Everyone is clear. So that I'll go to the customize hardware. If anybody have not understood, I can go to the back. So if everybody understood, please reply. If anybody think just go backward means I can go backward. Please tell me. Understood? So now I'm clicking on customize hardware to give the ISO image path. So for that, you have to select a CD DVD. So are we doing the installation with CD DVD? No. Under the CD DVD, you have the option use ISO image. So before click on finish, click on customize hardware. Now click on the CD DVD. Under that, go to the option use ISO image. Then browse. Now you have kept the downloaded means you go to the downloaded. From the downloaded, I kept and copied it into D drive. So you can see here, my CentOS is in my D drive. So wherever you have kept, you browse and go there. Select the ISO image. Don't extract, don't compress the ISO image. Just keep as it is. Then say open. The path is given. The path is given. Close it. Okay. So this is how you have to give the path and say finish. So till now we have done the installation. No, we have created a virtual machine for doing the installation. Suppose somebody while doing the installation, they have forgotten to give the path. They did not click on customize hardware and they have clicked on the finish. No problem. So before you start the installation, now also you have the option to give the path. So if you have forgotten to give the path and you have finished the creating of the virtual machine. So before the power on, you can give the path. How to give the path? You can click on CD DVD. If you have given the path earlier, this step is not required. I'm telling if you have forgotten. Now you go to the CD DVD. Now you can select the ISO image and you can browse. You can go to your OS. So this step should be done if you have forgotten. Okay. So this is how you can create a virtual machine. So did everybody understood how to create a virtual machine using the VMware for doing the Linux installation? Okay, so if you are understood up to this, now we will begin with the installation.
So no need to extract and install.
Now we will begin with the installation. So now up to now what we have done is creating the virtual machine. Now we are proceeding with the installation of the Linux operating system. So for that, what you have to do? Click on power on this virtual machine. And here the option is there. So you can see here, from here, third option, enter the full screen. Now here, which one is highlighting? Second option. Second option is used when you have doing the installation by inserting the DVD. We are doing with the ISO image. So using the keyboard, on the keyboard, up arrow key, you press up arrow key and select which option? First option. So using the first option, you press up arrow key, then you press enter. You press enter. Now the installation is beginning. So it will ask you to press enter one more time to begin the installation process. So I'm pressing enter one more time. Now just wait, it will start loading. Now it started loading.
So what is this image?
Now here you have to continue with the language. So as you do installation in any operating system, first thing you have to do is select the language. So here so many options are there. So I'm going with the default English. No, you don't want English. You click here, you can see so many languages options are there. See what is operating system image means. Earlier, we used to have the operating system in what? DVD. So you have to burn the OS into the DVD, then install it. But nowadays we are getting what? The operating system in integrated form. So in integrated form. So what we are doing for that? So the operating system is now available in a integrated format. So that is called what? ISO image format. Yes, ISO image format. So that we don't have to burn the OS and put the DVDs. Are you understanding, Prakash? Okay. Now here, default, which language we have selected? English. Now click on continue. Click on continue. Now, are you getting the option? Are you getting the option now? Begin installation highlighting? No, it is not getting. So now what you have to do? Now what you have to do? You have to configure these things as per your requirement. So first thing you have to do is what? Proceed with the proceed with what? This. So first select the date and time according to our location. So click on this wherever you are there. So go according to the map. So I'm in India. So I'm going with my own time regions. For India, their region will be like Kolkata, Asia. Now you can adjust the time according to the AM or PM. So now in India, I think it is around 10, 40, 50. So I'm according to my location, I'm adjusting the date and time. So it is AM in India now. And today date is 30 March. It is first month, then the date, then the year, this format. Now you can say done. If you want to make the network time on, you can make it on also. Now done. Now the keyboard is already selected. So don't do anything here. So it is already updated here. Now, a very important step. Here you have software selection. So by default, option selected here is what? Minimum install. So if you proceed with this step, after the installation, your OS will work only in text mode. You will get black screen. So you have to use only text mode. Text mode means only your mouse will work. No, only your keyboard will work. No mouse. So I repeat once again, when you install the OS with this minimal install, after the installation is completed, you will get only text mode. In text mode, our mouse will not work. Only through the keyboard we have to work, and black screen will appear. So to avoid that, you click on software selection. The best option is either you select a Genome desktop. So in desktop, we have two types of desktop: Genome desktop, KDE desktop. So Genome desktop will work faster. So by default, Genome will be there. But KDE will support more application, but it works more faster Genome. So you can select either Genome desktop or server with GUI. Both will give the graphical and text both option. So I'm going with the server with the GUI. So instead of minimal install in software selection, select the server with the GUI, then done. Now it is updating. So you have to please wait for a few seconds. It will update. Now it is updated. See what we have done. So don't do anything here. Just you update here. It is updated. Now the begin installation is highlighting no, because this is the most important part of our Linux installation. That is installation destination. So as we are discussing since last 2 days, Linux is more secure. Why? Because it has a good security. Apart from that, one more important advantage is Linux can be installed on multiple partitions. Due to that, what happens if one of the OS folder in Windows get corrupted? The complete OS will get affected, because that OS will be installed in Windows in single partition, single drive. But Linux OS can be installed on multiple partition. So if any instance by which one of the OS folder get corrupted, so that will affect that folder belong to which location, that only, not entire OS. So for that, you have to install Linux OS on multiple partition. So for that, you have to click the installation destination. So click on installation destination. So by default option selected here is automatically configure partitioning. So if you proceed with this done, you will get the Linux OS installation in 2 partitions. So in Linux, we discussed yesterday the directories. So default, how many partitions will be created? 2 partitions, one slash boot. In every Linux installation, these 2 partitions will be mandatory. But you want to have more stability, more security, you can install the Linux OS in more than 2 partitions according to your requirement. So for that, you best select the second option. I will configure the partitioning. So select here, instead of automatic configure partitioning, select I will configure partitioning. Second option. Then click on done. Now, according to our requirement, in whatever space we allocated, we create the number of partition. So by default selected option here is what? LVM. So most of the people, I think, might not be knowing the LVM. Some of you might be knowing. So we have a session in disk management LVM. So what is the main advantage with LVM, Logical Volume Manager? When you create your OS installation through LVM, in the future, whatever size we are giving to your OS partition, that size also you can increase. Except the /boot, all the OS partition size can be increased, but provided you did the installation through LVM. But for that, you should be knowing the LVM. So we will be discussing in the disk management session about the LVM for 2 days. So today we will proceed the installation with the standard partition, because most of the people might not be knowing about the LVM. So first, once we know the LVM, then in the future, whenever you do the installation of Linux, you select the partition through LVM. Because what is the advantage with LVM partition? Whatever size you are giving today, that you can able to increase it with the LVM partition, which you cannot do with the standard. Standard partition size cannot be resized, but LVM partition size can be. If you have created the OS installation through LVM partition, you can able to resize. But for that, what is LVM, we should know. So today is our initial classes. So most of the people might not be knowing. So we'll proceed with standard partition. So standard partition means size, whatever we are giving will remain fixed. That cannot be changed. LVM means we can change. Remember this point. So now to create the partition as per your requirement, click on plus. Now here mount point, one window came. So drag down here. So these are the things, main things which the vendor has given. Apart from that, if you want to give any other name, you can give. Like if you want to give USR, you can give it here. So first thing you have to use it what? Slash, because we have discussed since last 2 days. When we install the Linux OS, where it will get installed on slash, which is called root directory. So now my OS size is 4.4. So I should not give less than 5 to 6 GB. So better you give 6 GB out of 10 GB. 6 GB is over out of 10 GB. For which partition? Slash partition. Now here, to create another partition, again, click on plus. Now drag down. Under the slash, we discussed there are so many subdirectories. So now at the time of installation, we can create the important subdirectories, which is not possible in Windows. So another important directory we discuss, /boot, because /boot directory get corrupted means you will get grub error. The OS will not load. So to avoid that, that is happening frequently or unnecessary, to avoid that, we will create a separate partition for /boot. So it requires 100 MB space. So we are giving 200. So I've just written 200. Any unit have written? No. So default it takes in MB. So I've written that 6 GB. So it is converted into MB here. So now it is 200 MB. So how many partitions over? Minimum 2 partition. But recommended minimum partition is 4. Now suppose you want to make the syslog server. You select third partition is /var. Now you want to make a database server. You create a log server. No, you want to create user database server. Third partition should be /. No, you want your server to be you want to make this as an application server. So you select the third partition as /usr. Even though it is not given, we can write whatever name we want to write, we can write. No, you want to make, suppose this as a users database server. You select the third partition as /home. According to our requirement, we can do. So we are using this for training purpose. So here we don't write much data as a user in real time. It might be 500 GB. All multiple users will be working in the real time. So all the users data will be in /home. So I'm making user database server. So third partition is /home. So out of 10 GB, I used up to about like roughly 6 GB. So I have about 4 GB space. So if I want to create any further partition, I can create. But I don't want to create this, but one logical partition. Now this is the partition for OS. Now there is one memory called logical memory. So we can create one separate partition for swap to improve the system performance. So you create the swap partition. So remember, this is not OS folder. This is a logical memory which will improve the system performance. How it will improve, we'll discuss that in disk management class. So here you give this minimum 1 GB. So now out of 10 GB, after giving, click on add mount point. Out of 10 GB, I have used up to like 7.8 GB, 2.8 GB is free. So this remaining 2.8 GB, can I create new partition after the installation? Yes, we can create. So minimum you create 4 partition. If you want more than 4, you can create. So please tell me now, up to this, have you understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. No, I'm proceeding. Because you cannot come back again. So that's why I ask you. Now click on done. Now it is asking last chance. You want to cancel the installation or you want to proceed? So if you want to proceed, click on accept. Now what is highlighting now? Begin installation. Now click on begin installation. So as we have discussed, what is the name of the administrator account in Linux? Root. So click on root password. Now this root password, you have to give the thing which you can remember easily, because if you forget the root password, you can reset, but lengthy process is there. So to avoid that, I'll suggest you use your name as your password, and you remember you are giving all small letter or capital letter because it is case sensitive. So better you write your name as a password, or at least you will not forget your first character of your name that you write. Even one character if you give, it will accept. So otherwise, if you are comfortable with your name as a password, you write that your name and confirm it. It will say your password is big, it should be minimum 7 character or 8. But if you give even 1 character or your anything, it will accept. For that, you have to press it done how many times? Twice. So give the password, whatever you want, just click on done twice. It has accepted. Now, during this time of installation, you need to mandatory create one user with any name. So I'm using the alphabet. Now, in the real time, if you are an administrator, they will create the account with your name and they will check this box. So even if you log in with your name, you will get the administrator privilege. For that, in the server while doing the installation, they have to check the box. Or if you are doing the installation, you want yourself to get full access other than the root, you can give that box. Or if you want to avoid that, you just give this normal privileges. So whether I check this box, no. So this user will be a normal user. So it will not get the administrator privilege, because for simplicity, I want to make only root as an administrator.
So can you repeat again?
I said by default root is an administrator. He will get the full privilege. So in the real time, what they will do to avoid everyday login as a root, they will create a user here with the name of the administrator. So administrator is a person. So suppose you are an administrator, your name is Ishwar. So
Yes.
yourself, you can create an account with your name Ishwar and check this box. So you will get with your name what? Administrator privileges. So when you log in with your name also, you can do the administrator task. Are you following?
Yeah, yes, sir. So both are equal, no? Root and this, if you're creating the user with this, make as administrator.
So that's why they have given this option. Okay. Yes. So I'm not giving. So it will be a normal user. Then click on done. Now, please, all of you wait for a few minutes, because already it has installed out of 1,348 application. Roughly 600 application is installed. So I'm having the SSD hard disk in my laptop. So it may take about like more 3 to 5 minutes, because I want to complete this, because our friend Ishwar, he is from US. He already joined few days back and he is stuck there. So I would like to complete today the installation. So after this, few more steps are there. What we need to complete, we will do it, so that tomorrow onwards we'll start the basic commands.
Okay.
And I think today, because of festival and some people they requested, so they are continuing with the same link. So maybe, I don't know, because what they have told me, 1 or 2 days maximum they will keep. And after that, those who made the payment, for them, one separate link will be created and sent to them on their mail ID. For with that, because we have enough, I think, demo sessions. So those people who are still thinking of making a payment, please do it. So that is, they will be creating one new link and new drive, and everyday videos will be uploaded to you. I know most of the people have made the payment. Still, a few people they yesterday contacted, so they said they will see 1 or 2 days more. So that's why they kept this link. So please, all of you, just give me 2 to 3 minutes. Once this installation is finished, we have few more steps to do to complete the installation. Up to that, I'll tell you. Then tomorrow, we will proceed with the basic commands. So almost now it came to the 1,300 more application it has to install. After that, we have to do a few more steps that I'll show you today so that your installation will be completed. So all of you, please wait. So still 200 more application.
Sir, one question: how to decide how much space need to be allocated for the directories?
See, that depends on the your organization and the type of server you are configuring. So as I told you, suppose if it is a not a big organization, like few users, so like 500 GB space is enough. Now it's your big organization, and you are creating the user database server. So you will give like 1 TB or 2 TB for the users /home. You are creating application server. So you'll give more space to /user, depending upon the size of your company and depending upon the which type of servers you are creating. Based on these two requirement or criteria, we have to decide the size. So generally we will give more size, whatever is required, we roughly estimate, and more than that we will give it. And if you have done the installation with the LVM, if that space is also over, you can just extend that space by adding some extra hard disk. Okay.
Do we have any standard formula or something?
No, nothing like that. Just based on these two criteria. So we know the size of the OS. And we know that for slash boot 100 MB. So these two partitions are standard. Now, depending upon now which type of server you are creating, like I told you, user database server, 100 employees are there. So you may be going for like 500 GB space. Now 500 employees are there, 1 TB or 2 TB for slash show. So which purpose you are using the servers? So based on that, you give the more size for that.
Okay.
So it has installed the required application. Now it is running the post installation script files in the background. So in Windows, once it is done, it will automatically reboot. But in the Linux installation, once everything steps is completed, it will ask us to reboot. In Windows, it will reboot automatically. Here we have to reboot. So that option, it will be coming. So I'll request everybody to please wait for a few minutes so that once I show you the post installation steps also, so that our installation will be completed. And tomorrow onwards, we can start with the basic commands. So as I told you in multiple classes, basic commands means we'll be not discussing 1 or 2 days, minimum 4 to 5 days. We'll start from basic, how to open terminal, PWD, CD, LS, all basics. Then how to create file using cat, touch, vi editor. What is the absolute path? What is the relative path? Everything we'll discuss in basic commands. How to create single directory, multiple directory, parental directory. Parental is also called nested.tree structure directory. So all this type of things we will be discussing in basic commands.
So in real time also we use the image only for OS installation.
Pardon?
In real time also we use OS image only for installation.
Because I'm not getting your voice clearly, it is breaking sometime. So please repeat.
In real time also, do we use the image only for installation?
Yes. See, why you want to have that headache of having the DVD, writing it? So earlier it was big headache. We have to download some writers, then write it. Now everybody do through the IS image only. Almost it is done. Just when we are eagerly waiting, no, it will be happen like that. So just give me a 1 minute. It will be done. It will ask us to reboot.
ఆ బెడ్రూమ్ నుంచి విండో తీసుకో
Somebody mic is unmuted. Please, can you keep your mic in mute position?
How much more time it requires, sir? I have to leave the office.
almost over, just a few seconds might be. We'll get an option called reboot. So we have to click on reboot and we have to do a few more steps. So what is the step we have not done till now? License we have not accepted. Without that, we cannot proceed with the working on that. So in Windows, that step will be asked initially. I accept the license, but in Red Hat, they kept it at the last. So without that, we cannot operate. So we have to accept the license. So it will be directly, it will not appearing. So how to do that, I'll show you. So please don't go away, just 1 minute. In the background, these script files will be running. So that's why it's taking some time. Now we'll get a reboot option. Now you will get it. See, installing the bootloader, controlling install, writing network, these are the booting files. So our user is root is already created. We don't create it. It is created by the OS. We just assign the path. This is the user we have created. Now it will ask us to reboot. So after rebooting, we have to accept the license. See here, the installation is completed. Now what you have to do in Windows, the reboot will be done automatic, but here to reboot. So once the installation is completed, here it is written, the CentOS is for Red Hat also exactly same. Then click on reboot. Now it will ask few more steps. So what are those? You please see here. So you'll not get the login screen. You have to do few more steps to get the login screen. So here, like this, you will get. So what is the option it's saying? License not accepted. Are you getting the option to not appear? So how to get that option? I accept the license agreement. So you have to click here. Can you able to see all of you? Can you just confirm me? Anyone? Because I'm not able to see. Oh, okay, fine. So click on license information. Click on license. Then you will get that option to accept the license. In Windows, it will appear direct. Here we have to click on license information. Now check the box. Now click on done. At the bottom, you will find finish configuration. So if somebody has not made the full screen, so they have to make it full screen. At the bottom, you can see finish configuration. Now with this, the installation has been completed. Now you will get the login screen. Now here root name will not appear. So how you will appear login as a root? Only username will appear. But if you want to get full privilege, you have to log in as a root. So how to log in as a root? So you have to go to this option, not listed. So in Windows, administrator can be written in capital letter also and small, but in Linux, it is case sensitive. So you have to write root name only in small letter. And don't write /root. That is a directory. Root is a user. That's what I'm telling you since last 2 to 3 days. Then whatever password you have assigned, give it. So now it will work with the, now here, it will work with the what? See here. Now the OS has been installed and the user, which user we have logged in? Root user, to get the full access. In Ubuntu, you will not have the option of root. So you have to log in as a user, just you have to use the command sudo. Before you executing any command, sudo. But in Red Hat, no need of writing the sudo. So first time when you log in with any new user, it will give the option, or it will provide you the option. If you want to change the language, you can change it. No, you want to follow the same language, just click on next, 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 skip, start using the CentOS. Now after welcome screen, you will get a help screen. So what is the genome, what is the desktop we are using? Genome. Then close this. So now this is your, which user you are logged in? Root. So if you want to log out from here. And if you want to close down your machine, how to close it? How to open the terminal and start the basic command, that we'll see tomorrow. So if you want, once your work is completed, how to close your machine, VM machine, click on the cross mark, then click on power off. So whenever you want to again start it, whenever you want to start it, just to open your VMware, go to your VMware, just you can open the VMware, then just click here. See, when you open the two VMware, now here it will show some problem here, power on this machine. So you can power on this. And when you want to power off this machine, just click here, cross mark. Okay. So with this, we are done with today's session. So if you have any questions, any doubt, please ask me before I close the session. And now OPT is created automatically. All the directories which we have discussed, no, OPT, MNT, media, everything will be created. Tomorrow I'll show you. We don't have to create anything. Just whatever you want to assign separate partition, you can do it at the time of install. So anybody else have any question, any doubt, anybody? Or can I close the session? Yes, any questions, any doubt? So can I close the session then? Yes, sir. Okay. So that's it for today. Thank you, everybody. Meet you tomorrow. And those who made the payment, please ping to my mail ID. I'll send you. Okay, one person has made one request here. Acha, Supraj. Since there are multiple steps while downloading, installing what I might not able to install. See, what are the steps we have? Did you understood? If you are there, Supraja, you can unmute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I have understood, but I'll again go through this class, sir, today. So I'll follow the steps as it is.
You are getting the recording?
Yes, sir. I am getting. Last 3 classes I have got. Yes, sir. Last 3 classes I have got, sir.
Okay, so this also will get it. You just see it and do the installation. If any doubt is there, any question is there, tomorrow you ask me.
Okay, sir.
So I'm closing this session. All of you, thank you. Meet you tomorrow.